Hi, so there is an app called CoStar. I know some of you are familiar with it, but if you aren't familiar, let me explain. It's an astrology app, so you put in your time of birth as well as where you were born, and based on all of that information, the app gives you your birth chart. Then every single day, CoStar delivers you a personal, apparently, overview of what your day is gonna look like, what elements of your life are going to prosper and which ones might feel full of pressure. It also tells you really specific things to do and to not do, and who to hang out with and who not to hang out with, because you can add your friends on there and see how your energies align or don't align. It's like a map for how to live your life. I've used this app for a while now, maybe a few years, and it's very fun to look at, but I've never taken it seriously. And now I'm beginning to wonder how legitimate it is, which is why I'm doing this experiment. So for the next week of my life, I am going to follow CoStar's directions as closely as I possibly can. I'm gonna check it in the morning and live my life according to whatever they tell me to do.
Good luck. Co-stars can get pretty crazy.
I know. If that's ignoring my family, I'll ignore my family. If that's getting on a plane, I'll get on a plane. I really hope they don't tell me to get on a plane. Oh, God. The two questions I am posing and exploring in this scientific experiment in this video are as follows. 1. How legitimate is astrology? Okay, I realize that this 1 week of following the directions of this app might not actually, it's not gonna give me the answer to that question, but it will definitely move me closer to my own personal opinion on the subject. As of right now, I think there's legitimacy in astrology, but I don't know enough to really say either way. And I'd like to know more. So this is a good first step, I think. Now I realize some of you guys are probably fuming in your seats because CoStar is just one of many astrology platforms. And maybe it's a bullshit one, and that's the one I'm exploring and then using it to just decide whether astrology is legitimate or not. So, you know what? I'm gonna edit the question and we're going to make it, is CoStar legitimate? The second question is, if CoStar is legitimate, can following its advice actually improve my life? Because if it can, hell yeah, I will check it every morning and live accordingly. It starts tomorrow. I don't know what to expect. Every day is gonna be kind of a gamble, but I think it's gonna be fun. Maybe a little annoying. It's just, I don't know what it's gonna tell me to do. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hi. So there's always a sometimes really vague, sometimes very specific piece of advice at the top. Today it's get rid of the past for something new to begin. This is actually weird, like really weird. Can you not be nuzzling on the tripod? Thank you. There's some stuff, some old stuff that I've been meaning to get rid of and a little bit nervous to get rid of. The fact that I decided to start this video today and that was the advice is just, to me, a sign that it's time to get rid of that stuff. So, although I'm reluctant, today's the day. For the past few years, I've been journaling as a way of working through stuff. I also, in the past year, have been doing the morning pages, which is something advised by the book, The Artist's Way, in order to help you reach your best creative self. Basically, every morning I wake up and I journal. I just purge, write whatever I'm thinking. But I was recently advised by a holistic healer that I see, she specializes in acupuncture, to get rid of all of my old journals. And the second I heard that, I was taken back. And I thought to myself, I will never do that. But then, about a week later, I had something trigger me and I had a little bit of a mental breakdown. And in the clarity that came after the mental breakdown, I realized how helpful it would be and powerful it would be to get rid of my old notebooks. And of course, it felt in that moment like that was something that would be easy to do. But then I woke up the next day and no, I didn't do it. So I've been holding out on doing this, and I don't think it's a coincidence that my co-star told me to do it today after I've been avoiding doing it and knowing I should. I know a lot of you are watching this and probably thinking like, you don't have to do that. I'm not gonna do it. You don't have to, it's your life. I journal and write and do art. I have a lot of notebooks and stuff that I have written down that I'm not gonna get rid of, but there's a certain type of writing that I do think is worthy of getting rid of, which is this sort of what I call purge writing, when you're just trying to get out the stuff that's bothering you. And the woman who told me to do this, her explanation of getting rid of it is essentially you put a lot of negative energy into these pages and then it's kind of counterproductive counterproductive to just keep them sitting around in your home. And also it's like, you're writing this stuff down that's triggering and upsetting in order to let it go, and then you're sending yourself this message that you can't fully let it go because you're keeping it in a drawer in your home. Part of me actually thinks that I will really regret this, but it's happening. It's sad because it's not all bad, this stuff here, but a lot of it's not good, and I don't want to sift through it and pick and choose. It'd be fun if I had a paper shredder. Those are so fun. It's such a dad thing to have. Does your dad have one? Mine does. This does feel weirdly cathartic. Like, the more I rip it up, the less I care that I'm letting all of it go. It always tells you what elements of your life are more powerful and less powerful in a certain day. For example, today, supposedly, I am supposed to have power in thinking and creativity, spirituality, social life, and self, pressure in routine, and trouble with sex and love. I'm not going to focus on this element of the app for this video because it just feels A, a little ambiguous, and B, I don't like looking at this at the beginning of the day in case it plants seeds where there shouldn't be seeds planted. Do you know what I mean? Like, if this app is telling me I'm gonna have trouble with sex and love, it plants some weird seed in my relationship with my relationship. I don't think I'm actually gonna let this affect me so much, but I just kind of disregard it because I don't want it to. Though I will say it is nearing the end of today, and it's actually pretty accurate. I don't have any trouble with my relationship. But I had a mix-up in my normal routine, and I have felt really good about all the stuff it said I would feel good about. Just a thought. Anyways, I said that I would ignore that, and I didn't. Let's move on. This part's gonna be fun for this video. So we have do's and don'ts for the day. Today, we do salt. Do any of you guys do this too? Like, I have to be careful because I'm wearing a white shirt, and these things know how to squirt. Sorry. Do you guys do this too? Eat tomatoes like apples? Just like... but also with salt. It's so good. I've done it since I was a kid, and then I stopped, and now I'm doing it again. It's crazy how much obscure information the internet knows about me. Like, now you know that when I was a kid, I ate tomatoes like apples, and then I stopped, and now I'm doing it again. Like, who gives a fuck? But here you are. Here I am. Try it. I triple dog dare you. Do knickknacks. Okay, this knickknack thing is weirdly perfectly timed because this weekend I went to a tiki sushi bar and they put these little monkeys on the drinks, and I asked if I could take them home, and then I took them home because I love junk. I like junk. So I actually just took these out of my purse, and then I will place them somewhere because they're so cute. Hi Mumu, can you not? Also, my boyfriend just randomly sent me a gift that he bought on Amazon to my apartment yesterday, and it's this sassy cat, and her hands are holding 2 magnets for me to put my AirPods on. This is a knickknack for sure. So let's place these around my home. And then if I hadn't been assigned this from CoStar, these knickknacks would just be laying around for a while. So at least I'm putting some order to my life right now. Some order. I'm literally putting a toy cat next to my computer. Nice, perfect. Do houseplants. I don't really have houseplants because I kill all of them, but I will go to a store and find one that is not easy to kill. Look at this beautiful Swiss cheese plant. I had no idea this even existed, and then I saw it and I just knew she was the one for me. I just really hope I don't kill her. Do you like it, Mumu? Don't eat it. Don't eat it. All right, keep it moving, keep it moving. Don't. Ruminating and repetition, I can't prove that to you, but I'll try my best. And don't oversleep, which I did. So I actually feel called out. It's kind of weird that it said don't oversleep. I don't normally oversleep, but I did oversleep today, and I looked at the app and it said don't oversleep, and now I feel like I've been read for filth. And then meditate with Julia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
So I'm doing this video where I listened to my co-star for a week, and my co-star told me to meditate with you.
Oh.
So I'm not trying to call you and like tell you what to do with your life, but do you want to meditate for a minute?
Now?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, how do you meditate?
Have you ever meditated?
No.
Okay, usually I just sit, focus on your breath, and whenever a thought comes up, try not to go down the path of the thought. Kind of like observe that you're having it and let it pass. So you're trying to like clear your mind as much as you can.
Okay.
Okay, let me set a timer. Let's just do 1 minute. We can start really easy, yeah?
Okay.
Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Alexa off. How was it?
That was a lot faster than I thought it was.
Did it feel good? Was it easy? Was it hard?
It did feel good,
Well-
but I am tired.
Okay, well, I won't bother you anymore then. Thank you for entertaining me with that. I really appreciate it.
Good luck. Co-stars can get pretty crazy.
I know. Day 2. I just have to start off today by saying yesterday when I mentioned that I don't have any trouble with my relationship. When the nighttime hit, my partner and I ended up having a conflict, which feels kind of weird to just air out on the internet, but it's okay. We always work through everything respectfully and healthily, so it's cool. It's just really kind of peculiar that co-star was right. Like, it's satisfying in a way, but also slightly unsettling. So let's see what it has in store for us today. The first thing it says is, your body is absorbed inside the rigid self. When I look at that quote, I interpret it as we lose ourselves when we get stuck in rigidity. Is that a word? And it's actually, this message was perfectly timed because I've been learning as of late this lesson that the more flexible we are, the more fulfilling life can be. And flexibility, in my opinion, breeds more creativity, which is important to me. It's actually almost 6 p.m. right now, and I have been living with that quote in consideration all day. So now I'm just gonna tell you how that went for me. It was great. It really actually was great. I'm kind of a workaholic, and I didn't set as high expectations as I normally do on getting work done, and I still got the same amount of work done, and I felt like I was more present while I was doing it because I wasn't rushing to do more just because I had the expectation to do more. And actually, I stopped in the middle of the day to meet up with my boyfriend so that we could discuss what happened last night, because last night we were texting, and that's no way to solve anything over the phone. We wanted to meet up in person. I would have done that anyways, but I think living by this quote made me a lot easier on myself about stepping away from work. That's something I would normally have a little bit of trouble with mentally, but I was a lot kinder and less critical of myself for taking that time in the middle of a work day. So that was really necessary advice actually for me today. I needed to be flexible. Don't locked doors. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go unlock my door before I go to sleep. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Don't trash fires. That's a weird one because in another dimension, parallel universe, I would be having a trash fire today with all those notebooks that I threw away yesterday. Just weirdly coincidental. Don't nostalgia. Kind of vague. I don't really know how to not nostalgia, but I will try not to nostalgia. Do movie nights. Okay. Do reading aloud. I've been reading The Seat of the Soul, which can be very dense sometimes. It literally comes with a study guide. So the suggestion to read it out loud was actually very useful. I just consumed that information, and I might try reading out loud more often while I read this book because I really like that. Thanks, co-star. Do soft sheets. Done. Did it already when I woke up in my comfy bed. We'll do it again when I go back to bed tonight. And then the person it tells me to hang out with is Tom. Flee into the night with Tom. Tom is my boyfriend. I was planning on hanging out with him anyways, so thank you, co-star, for your blessing. I will. I guess we're gonna have a movie night? Your heart is filled with longing and fear. I don't really know what to make of that, and this statement is true a lot of the time. Not to say I'm constantly fearful, but I feel like a lot of us, it's common to want and to also be afraid. I don't know, it's very generic. I don't really know what to make of this. Don't. On a limb. Okay, so I won't do anything spontaneous, although doing this random stuff from the app in and of itself is kind of on a limb, no? Anyways, I won't tiptoe. My knee's actually been hurting really badly, so I definitely won't be tiptoeing. And don't sacrifices. Actually, someone asked me today to do something that I didn't really want to do, and I was thinking about saying yes, but now I'm not going to, because I won't make sacrifices. You know what I mean? It energetically feels like a sacrifice. Sometimes when people ask you to do something and you don't want to do, and you're like, oh, do I really have to? Oh, just depleting my energy now. Do goodbyes. Check. I said goodbye to Tom this morning when he left because he slept over. Do second-hand stores. I didn't really have time to go to a thrift store today because I had a lot of work to do. I'm pointing towards my computer. Also, I had to be home because I was waiting for someone to come pick something up. So I put an outfit together using only thrifted items. And I think I look fine. Here is my outfit of the day. Do deep sea diving. Oh, okay, that's easy enough. I'll just go get my gear on and dive into the sea. What? Is that supposed to be like a metaphor? Deep sea dive? I know, I think they literally meant go deep sea diving. I can't today. I don't think I'll make it. Okay, since deep sea diving seems to be something that's off the table today, I'm gonna do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is just jump in the pool after I work out. I just went on a run. I'm hot. It's gonna feel so good. So let's deep sea dive in my 12-foot pool. It's not my pool, by the way. I live in an area that has a communal pool. Okay. Was so refreshing. Lastly, co-star told me to take a risk with Ricky Dillon. I actually haven't seen him in a really long time, like since before the pandemic, so just asking to hang out in and of itself is taking a risk. So I guess co-star's initial comment was correct. My heart is filled with longing and fear. I spoke too soon, yet again. I looked at this morning so I knew what I was in for, and I texted Ricky asking to hang out. It doesn't look like it's happening today. I'll let you know if anything changes, but I feel good about putting myself out there either way. So basically today was a whopping success. Thanks Alex and co-star. You guys are great co-stars. Do you get it? Co-star is my co-star for this series. It's like me and Alright, I think it's time to... I just woke up. I'm exhausted. You know, just one of those days where you don't want to do anything. I actually haven't looked at co-star yet, so I have no idea what I'm supposed to do today, but I am really hoping that it tells me to like play hooky. I actually ended up doing the thing on a limb yesterday that co-star told me not to do on a limb. I was thinking about saying yes, but now I'm not going to because I won't make sacrifices. It was exhausting. I probably would have been better off not doing it. So yet again, co-star was right and had my back. Okay, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous because I just really want to not do anything. Wow! Wow! You are allowed to be delicate sometimes. I think this could be perceived in a lot of different ways, but I mean, come on. I was just saying that I need a break. It's telling me to be delicate with myself. No? I think so. Don't clown suit. Okay, I won't. Don't headlines. Great, I won't read the news. Makes me feel like shit anyways. Don't glass houses. Okay. Moo, you're being annoying. Do shea butter. I don't even know if I have shea butter. I found this at the grocery store. It's an EOS bundle. I don't really use hand cream, but I do get a little bit of flaking between my fingers during the winter season. It's a new thing. It literally started happening last year. So maybe it's a good thing that this pushed me to buy some hand cream. That smells really good, actually. Get between those phalanges. Yes. I know you wanted this. I know you wanted this. And then we have a whole shea butter body cream. And then classic EOS lip ball. You know what? I like this. I feel like I just treated myself. And it took like, what, half a minute? Thank you, EOS. Thank you, co-star. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, guys. Do weighted blankets. Does using 4 blankets count as a weighted blanket? It's going to have to, because that's all I've got.
I am cozy. This is actually exactly what I needed.
Do salty snacks. I love salty snacks. So yeah, I will do salty snacks. Also, just realizing that co-star has been pushing salt on me this week. What's up with that?
Oh. Do you want a salty snack too? Come here. In my opinion, popcorn is one of the best snacks, especially kettle corn. It's salt and sweet and crunchy. I don't know, what more could you ask for? Also, when you're eating popcorn, sometimes it feels like it's never ending, which is the best kind of snack. Because when you're snacking, you want to be snacking. Like, it usually isn't even because you're hungry. You're just, I don't know, it feels good to eat. Fill the hole in our hearts. And so popcorn just lets you keep filling it for like a long time. And I like that. I'm a big fan. Whenever I eat, Moo eats. It's like she has to wait for me to eat, for her to eat. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. When you guys were kids, did you ever eat popcorn or cereal? Just candy, like little things like this. Like you tried to, I have to do it on the
Nice in!
Got it. Again, 2 days in a row, it's telling me, escape your head with Ricky Dillon. I know that that's not gonna happen because of my reaching out yesterday, but I will escape my head with myself.
Today's actually been really nice. I knew from the minute I woke up that I needed to take it easy. I don't know what would have happened if I wasn't doing this co-star video. I probably would have still tried to take steps to taking it easy, but that extra layer of the app telling me to be delicate made me even more conscious of being compassionate with myself. Even the do's, I feel like every single do involved relaxing, lounging, and taking care of myself. It's 3 p.m. I usually don't stop working until like 5 to 7 p.m. and I think that's exactly what I needed. And co-star knew. And I knew. And I'm going to finish the last piece of co-star's advice, although by myself, and I'm going to escape my mind by watching TV right now. I have an episode of The Morning Show that I haven't watched yet.
Sadness doesn't mean you aren't coping. It means you're coming to terms with something. Okay, that would be cool and insightful if I felt sad today, but I don't feel sad today. I feel pretty fine. So either they're wrong or I will be proven wrong once the nighttime hits. And I don't know, I feel based on the last couple days like they know what they're talking about, so minorly nervous. Okay, hold on. Don't heavy lifting. Okay, I actually did lift this morning when I was working out, but the heaviest I went was 10 pounds. So that's not heavy lifting. We're good. Comparisons. I will try not to. Numbing. Okay, so no drugs today. Not that I'm like actively taking drugs, but you know, there's some stuff that's legal, especially in California. Even alcohol is a drug, it's numbing. I will try my best to not engage in any of that today, even though it's Friday. Do cocooning. Amazing. Turns out my period's coming soon, and I'm in that phase where you're just kind of like, your body's just not on your team. And then before you realize it's because of your period, you're just like, what's wrong with me? And then you realize it's because of your period and you feel a little better, even though you still feel not good. That's where I'm at. So yeah, cocooning is exactly what I want to be doing. In fact, I'm dressed perfectly for cocooning in my matching sweatsuit and my cute shoes. Look at them. Do first aid kit. Okay, that's a little weird to read. I hope I don't need to do a first aid kit. Do low light.
I'm just gonna close all my blinds, which is kind of depressing, and just, I guess, walk around my home in like a dim environment. I don't know. I'll just walk around my house, close my blinds, cause this fucking app told me to. I sound like a crazy person. Close my blinds, close this one. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, love. Bam! All right, it's still pretty bright over there. It's fine. I like this. I like this. It makes me feel like I need to start whispering. You know what I mean? I feel a lot calmer. I feel even more compelled to cocoon. Yes, I want to cocoon with my cat. Do you want to cocoon? Hey, hey, hey. Do you want to cocoon?
Lastly, try something new with a fire sign.
My sister Sam is an Aries, which is a fire sign, and I'm going to try something new with her today by calling her. I know that sounds really depressing. We're not like estranged or anything, but we just don't talk very much. She might think something's wrong if I call her, like I have some sort of problem or I don't know, but I'm gonna call her.
Hey, baby.
Hi, Sam.
What's up?
I love you.
I love you too. Hey, baby.
Bye. I'm so glad I did that. Yet again. Thank you, co-star.
I am a little disturbed. If you remember me saying that would be cool and insightful if I felt sad today, but I don't feel sad today. So either they're wrong or I will be proven wrong once the nighttime hits. Well, I was in for a surprise. It was not a great night. It wasn't like a terrible night. I'm fine. I'm not gonna tell you the details about what happened because it's good to have some semblance of privacy. But yeah, I was sad last night. Something happened and it made me sad. And actually about an hour into my emotional response, I almost started laughing because I remembered co-star telling me that I would feel sad. Co-star was right again. I can't tell if I'm disturbed or relieved that there's some feeling that there's like order to what feels like chaos. Does that make sense? It's like, well, it was written in the stars that I was supposed to be upset tonight, so it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it almost makes me feel more accepting of the emotional experience, which we should accept our emotional experiences, period, but I think a lot of us struggle really leaning into unpleasant emotions. Anyway, try not to let your feelings incapacitate you. Oh man, this is scary. I do still feel upset. It's still sitting in me, and I definitely can get really carried away with my emotions, and then I get cyclical thoughts, and it's not a good state of mind. So, okay, co-star, you are correct. I am trying not to let my feelings incapacitate me, and I will continue to do so. Thank you for that genuinely amazing advice. Amazing and applicable. Don't. Fourth wall. I'm literally doing that right now. So should I just pretend to be talking to someone out? Like, I don't know how to not do that today because I'm already doing it. Also, like, how does the average person who's not a performer not fourth wall? Like, they don't watch The Office? I don't know. I don't know. Don't dropping hints. I definitely struggle sometimes with like beating around the bush. So no beating around any bushes today. I will only beat the bush. Don't retreat. Oh, baby. Retreating is something I do when I'm upset. So that's good advice. I will try not to shut out the world today. Do slam doors. Okay, if you insist. That felt good. Sorry, Moo, are you good? She looks so startled. You okay, baby? No, it's fine. Do scream into pillow. There seems to be a theme here, and generally it's like helping me deal with my emotions. I've definitely screamed into a pillow before, but it's not a tool that I use often. I'm looking at one right now. We're making eye contact. You okay if you don't mind if okay. It's a weird thing to do on camera. Okay. I feel lightheaded. Whew. I think I want to do it again. Okay, I think that was helpful, but I also feel really depleted. Like I just let out a lot of energy and I could just lay on the floor now. Do self-soothe. Amazing. That is exactly what I needed to do today. I actually woke up and I thought to myself, I hope co-star tells me to do something along those lines. For me, something that's always extremely self-soothing is art therapy. It works. Even if you don't think you're good at it, it doesn't matter. It's just the act of creating is very therapeutic. I have an idea that's actually been boiling in my brain for a few days now, so maybe I should just rip the band-aid off and start working on it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, I've been painting for hours and I don't want to step away, but I'm going to step away because it's probably what's in my best interest. You know, when you do something so intensely for so long that you start looking like Albert Einstein and just feeling a little off. Yeah. Also, co-star told me not to retreat, and staying in all night working on this painting I think would probably be considered retreating. Plus I have to go
Take a risk with Tom.
Alright, we're doing this on the move today because Tom and I are going on an adventure. I already looked at my co-star today and I really wanted to read it in front of Tom because it's got a fucking weird theme.
Really?
First and foremost, it says you still have to fight.
We do?
I don't know.
Or just you?
I think it's just me.
Maybe it means like you still have to fight for what you care about, or
like a more generic approach to fight for happiness. Fight for what I believe in. But also when it says the don'ts, one of the don'ts is pick fights. So which is it?
Which is it?
Do I fight or do I not fight? Don't roving. Do you know what that is? I don't know what roving is. Oh, we are doing it.
What is it?
Constantly moving from one place to another.
We're not moving anywhere now.
I know, we're actually stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
But we are kind of bopping around today. We're about to go somewhere, this garden that Tom made a reservation to go to, and we will take our time. We won't rove.
Well, that's the whole point of the place, I think.
Don't sore loser. Well, I guess we can't play any games because I feel like I usually am a sore loser when I lose. Do you think so?
Yeah. You don't expect to lose, and then when I blow you out of the water, it's like a surprise.
When you blow me out of the water?
Yeah. Like with Scrabble, when I get big words.
Yeah, but I always win still.
Yeah, you won once.
We played once. Okay, this is where it gets weird. Do nesting. Do you know what nesting is?
Not really.
Okay, me neither. When I first read it, I thought that meant like stay home and relax. Nesting refers to the urge to prepare a home for an upcoming newborn.
Oh.
I'm not gonna prepare my home for a newborn because there isn't gonna be a newborn, but I probably could just like tidy up.
Babies
It's pretty
love
messy
that.
in there.
Babies love that.
Okay, there's no baby.
place.
There's no baby.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just really like kind of off-put by this whole baby thing because so far this whole week, everything co-star says has been accurate. So like, I'm just a little worried.
Oh.
Do you see what I'm saying? And then another one on the do list is nurse tea. Do you wanna know what nurse tea is? It helps with lactation.
Oh my god.
Are we gonna have a baby? I won't nurse tea, but I did have tea for breakfast. Kind of iced chai tea latte. Is that considered tea? It was pretty good. All right, the last do we have on our list is shoegaze.
Was I window shopping at a shoe store?
You know what? I thought so too, but I guess
Oh, you looked it up?
shoegaze is actually
Please tell us.
I am. Shoegaze is a type of music. It's a subgenre of indie and alternative rock. Honestly, sounds like I would
Should we
like
look
it.
up a
Yeah.
shoegaze playlist?
Yes, please. Why is it called shoegaze?
I don't know. It's like almost what's the word? Maybe euphoric.
Yes! Ethereal.
Yeah, like you're just floating through something.
Great, we did it. The last thing on the agenda tells me to meditate with Julia. Come on, Julia.
Connecting.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm sorry I'm doing this to you again.
What?
Do you want to meditate?
Again?
It's okay if you're busy.
No, I'm just organizing my closet.
Hell yeah, let's meditate, bitch. All right, ready? 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
You want to give them a thumbs up?
No.
Oh.
In conclusion, I don't believe anything should be followed religiously, but following CoStar for the past week has been a positive experience. For the most part, all of the suggestions and advice were not only beneficial, but shockingly applicable. It was almost as if the app was more in tune with my life than I even knew at certain moments. Like it actually predicted moments that I didn't suspect would happen. It felt like it knew how I would feel on certain days and was adjusted to give me suggestions that fit that energy level or that mood. Now there were random notes on the app that didn't make sense or didn't apply, like use a first aid kit today, or stuff about insinuating pregnancy, which by the way I got my period today, so whew. I guess on that note, because there was some inaccurate information or just non-applicable is a lot more of a fitting word, that does kind of make me weary of saying how legitimate the app is, because of course if it says enough and if it's broad enough, you will believe that some stuff is applicable, if that makes sense. Of course I'm going to just disregard the stuff that makes no sense and then praise the stuff that does make sense, because I think we want to find meaning in things like astrology. I mean, that's why we're looking towards the stars in the first place, is because I think we all have this like very deep yearning for purpose and meaning and understanding of how all of this chaos comes together. So I'm totally aware of my own bias, which is that I am leaning towards wanting to believe the app is legitimate, and so I'm kind of disregarding the stuff that makes no sense and really honing in on the stuff that I felt like was accurate. I will say I didn't think that there was anything totally inaccurate, just stuff that felt a little bit random. If I were to make a list of all of the do's and the suggestions they gave me, and it was like red was not beneficial, blue was neither here nor there, and green was beneficial, I think a lot more would be in the green. Perhaps some blue, no red. Point being, listening to the suggestions of the app was a positive experience for me this past week. Further, speaking of the suggestions, the app encouraged me to interact with people more than I normally interact with people, especially during the work week. It encouraged me to not be a hermit one night where I really felt like being a hermit, and then I had so much fun that night. I think that's great because human interaction is important. I am not at a place where I can definitively say, based on this experiment, CoStar is real, astrology is real, the stars have the answer to everything, but I am most definitely leaning towards the belief that CoStar has some legitimacy. To reach a conclusion confidently would require a bit more, maybe a lot more, experimenting and research with the app and perhaps other astrology apps. This was really fun, kind of very interesting, at moments unsettling, and I'd love to do it again if it's something that you guys want to see. Let me know what you think of CoStar and of astrology and what apps you use in your experience with astrology in general. It's sort of a new arena for me, and I would love to collect as much data as possible. Thank you guys for watching. What an adventure. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.